Hello everyone. So in this chapter we will be studying properties of gases and gas mixture. Okay. So first topic we will study is Avogadro law. Okay. So what about it? So before we came to Avogadro law, let me discuss one thing, that 1 mole of substance has mass numerically equal to numerically equal to the molecular weight of substance. It means that if I say 1 gram mole of O2, then that will be equal to 32 gram, will have mass equal to 32 gram. Okay. If I say 1 kilo mole of O2, then that will be equal to 32 kg. Okay. Now let's say now we will move to Avogadro law. So Avogadro law states Avogadro law states that the volume of a gram mole of all gases is at pressure of 760 mm of Hg, 760 mm of Hg, and temperature of 0 degrees Celsius is same and equal to 22.4 liters. Okay. So in basic terms, at 760 mm Hg pressure, okay, and 0 degree Celsius temperature, it is said that the volume of any gas volume will be equal to, and how much amount? We can say that 1 kg mole, or like I have written, 1 gram mole will be equivalent to 22.4 liter. Okay. So from here we can say 1 kg mole equivalent to 22.4 meter cube. Okay. I hope you get it, what is Avogadro law. Okay. Now if we talk about Avogadro number, next we will talk about Avogadro number. Avogadro number. So this Avogadro number is represented by A, and its value is 6.023 into 10 raised to the power 23 molecules per kg. So 26 molecules per kg per kilomole. Okay. So This Avogadro number indicates that 1 gram mole of any substance contains 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Okay, or you can write it at 23, and this term here will be gram mole. Okay, now if we discuss the ideal gas, so ideal gas is a hypothetical gas. Ideal gas is a hypothetical gas which obeys the laws PV is equal to MRT. So if we write PV is equal to PV is equal to RT. Okay, RT. Okay, so there is a condition for a real gas to behave as an ideal gas. When pressure tend to 0 and temperature tend to infinity, our real gas will behave as ideal gas. Gas behavior approaches ideal gas. Okay, so now considering this ideal gas equation, we can say from here that let's say if or as t tend to 0, that is our value of small t is equal to or not equal to, it tends to minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. In that case, if our V remains constant, V is equal to constant, so what will happen? What do you think will happen? As our temperature tends to 0, our pressure value will also tend to 0. Okay, or we can say that like here we consider two conditions here as t tend to 0, so we can consider two conditions. First condition is if V is equal to constant. Let's consider second condition, that is if P is equal to constant. If P is equal to constant, then V will tend to 0. Okay, now since this volume cannot be less than or cannot be negative, what does it implies? It implies that T must always be greater than equal to 0. Okay, so to for V to reach 0, okay, so T so the lowest possible value of T, if we talk about T minimum, will be 0 Kelvin, that is minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. Hence T is known as absolute temperature. Okay, that is Kelvin scale is our absolute temperature. Okay, now if we want to calculate the value of R, so we can calculate value of R bar is equal to PV bar by T. Okay, and we know that by Avogadro law, we know that at pressure of 760 mm of Hg, that is 1.01325 kilopascal or bar. Okay, this bar. Okay, this since it is in bar, so we will multiply it with 10 power 5. Okay, into V. V is our 22.4 meter cube for 1 kilomole of gas, and temperature at 0 degrees Celsius, that is 273.15 Kelvin. Okay, if we solve this, we get R bar is equal to 8.314 kilojoule per kilomole Kelvin. Okay, so from here we get our value of R bar. Okay, that is and this R bar is also known as universal gas constant. Okay, this R bar is known as universal gas constant. Okay, and this V bar is basically V volume upon number of moles. Okay, total volume of the system upon number of moles of the gases. Okay, now if we substitute this value, we will get our equation as PV is equal to N R bar T. Okay, now here we can write N is equal to mass of the substance upon molecular weight. Okay, mass upon molecular weight. Okay, so from here we can write our PV is equal to M by M R bar T, and we can write it as PV is equal to MRT. Okay, and this value of R, this R is called characteristic gas constant. Characteristic gas constant, and its value R is given by R bar upon M. Okay, so if we want to calculate R for O2, so we can do 8.314 divided by 32, and we will get its value to be 262 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Okay, similarly if we want to calculate R for air, we can do 8.314 divided by 28.96 is equal to, we will get 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Okay, we also know that our number of molecules N can be written as number of moles into Avogadro number. Okay, so from here we get number of moles is equal to number of molecules upon Avogadro number. Okay, so substituting this in PV is equal to nRT, we get PV is equal to N by A into R bar T. Okay, and this term R bar A is called K, that is Boltzmann constant. Okay, so from here we get PV is equal to NKT. Okay, now if we talk about the real gases, so we will start our talk about real gases. So all the gases present in the environment process this real gas equation. Okay, so van der Waals gave the equation for a real gas. His equation is given by P plus A upon V square into V minus B is equal to RT. The format is very similar to PV is equal to RT, but there is slight variation because in real gas there are both factors. Like in ideal gas we assume that there is no attraction between the molecules, and that is also known as force of cohesion. Okay, and the another thing that is in ideal gas we assume that the volume occupied by the molecules is negligible. Okay, but in actuality there is a certain amount of volume which is occupied by all the molecules. Okay, so in this the term A is introduced to account for mutual attraction, for existence of mutual attraction. Okay, and the term A by V square is termed as force of cohesion. Okay, now if we talk about the term B, the term B is known as co-volume. This is this V, small v, is the uh, account for volume of molecules. Oh. Okay, so this is the equation for ideal gas. Now for ideal gas we define a term compressibility factor. This term is defined for real gases. Okay, so before, earlier I may have said ideal gas, but this is for a real gas. Okay, so this compressibility factor is defined as ratio of, like, it is this PVA, actual volume, pressure into actual volume, divided by R into T. Okay, now this compressibility factor is introduced to make the real gas equation similar to that of our ideal gas equation. Okay, so from here we can see if Z is greater than 1, less than 1, or equal to 1, sorry, not equal to 1, if it is less than 1 or greater than 1, so the value gas will be real gas. But if Z is equal to 1, then the real gas will behave as a ideal gas. Okay, now this by like putting Z equal to 1, we will get 1 is equal to PVI by RT. Now if we divide the equation 1 and equation 2, we get the value of Z is equal to VA by VI. Okay, next we will be discussing like what is reduced pressure and what is reduced temperature. Okay, so reduced pressure PR is written as P upon P critical. Okay, actual pressure upon critical pressure of a system is called reduced pressure, and similarly reduced temperature can be written as TR is equal to T upon T critical. Okay, now sorry, I forget to mention one thing here. VI term represent volume when is predicted to be ideal gas. Okay, so even if Z is equal to 1, still it will be a real gas, because here it is the actual volume. Okay, now if we put Z is equal to 1, then the real gas can imitate, or we can predict the result of the real gas using the ideal gas equation also. Okay, now let's talk about when these pressure critical reduced pressure and reduced temperature are utilized. Okay, so if we talk about different gases, so different gases behaves differently at same pressure and temperature. Okay, but but what is but their behavior comes out to be same for different gases if their reduced pressure and reduced temperature are comes out to be same okay. At different pressure, like say oxygen at pressure of 100 kilopascal and temperature 200 kelvin, and nitrogen at 100 pressure of 100 kilopascal and a temperature of 200 kelvin, what will they will behave differently. But if, like, let's calculate the reduced pressure and reduced temperature of both the gases, okay, and if their reduced pressure and reduced temperature are same, then at those particular temperatures, okay, those both gases will behave same, okay, behave the same way. Now let's take example. Let's take a gas A. Let's take gas A, okay, and gas B, okay. If we compare both, so let's calculate the reduced pressure for gas A. Let's say that 400 kilopascal is the actual pressure and 200 pascal is the critical pressure. So we can find the PR value to be 2, and if we want to TR, let's say 300 Kelvin is the temperature of the actual temperature, and our 200 Kelvin is a critical temperature. So we get TR is equal to 1.5, okay. Now if we want to get like for PR, let's say PR for gas B, if we, let's say that pressure is 500 kilopascal but critical pressure is 250 kilopascal, so we get value of 2. And if we calculate TR is equal to 600, let's say the actual temperature is 600 Kelvin but critical temperature is 400 Kelvin, so we get the value as 1.5, okay. So in this case, in such condition where value of PR is same and TR is same, okay, so gas A at 400 kilopascal and 300 Kelvin will behave same as gas B at 500 kilopascal and 400 Kelvin, okay. So I guess that from this you can actually feel what does critical temperature, so reduced temperature and reduced pressure mean, okay. So with this we will be stopping our lecture here. From next lecture we will start thermodynamic relations, okay. Thank you.